Hi, my name is Joanna Whitney. I am an intuitive artist, a student of natural law, and an energy healer. And I'm going through the Kybalion by the Three Initiates, which is a book that was written in 1908, seemingly by three Hermetic initiates, although some people claim it was written by William Walter Atkinson, whose pen name was the Three Initiates and whose publishing company was Yogi Publishing. But then some people claim that Edgar Cayce was one of the initiates. So it's unknown who wrote this book, but it is like an hors d'oeuvre platter of Hermeticism, and it's a great entry point to understanding or getting the idea of Hermetic principles, which you can then later pursue in a more thorough manner if you choose to. So right now I'm on page 21 in chapter 2, and I'm going to discuss the principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. The Kybalion. This principle embodies the truth that there is gender manifested in everything, the masculine and feminine principles ever at work. This is true not only of the physical plane, but of the mental and even the spiritual planes. On the physical plane, the principle manifests as sex. On the higher planes, it takes higher forms, but the principle is ever the same. No creation, physical, mental, or spiritual, is possible without this principle. An understanding of its laws will throw light on many a subject that has perplexed the minds of men. The principle of gender works ever in the direction of generation, regeneration, and creation. Everything and every person contains the two elements or principles, or this great principle. Within it, him or her. Every male thing has the female element. Also, every female also contains the male principle. If you would understand the philosophy of mental and spiritual creation, generation, and regeneration, you must understand and study this Hermetic principle. It contains the solution of many mysteries of life. We caution you that this principle has no reference to the many base, pernicious, and degrading lustful theories, teachings, and practices which are taught under the fanciful titles, and which are a prostitution of the great natural principle of gender. Such base revivals of the ancient infamous forms of phallicism tend to ruin mind, body, and soul, and the Hermetic philosophy has ever sounded the warning note against these degraded teachings which tend toward lust, licentiousness, and perversion of nature's principles. I think we're seeing a lot of that now in immorality. And just everything we're experiencing here right now with regards to the gender situation. That's a perversion of nature's principles. If you seek such teachings, you must go elsewhere for them. Hermeticism contains nothing for you along these lines. To the pure, all things are pure. To the base, all things are base. So I'm just going to kind of go over what this is really talking about here. It's not talking about sex. And I mean, I think that, you know, what we're experiencing on Earth right now with the extreme immorality and sexualization of everything is the opposite of Hermeticism. It's subversion, which is basically Satanism. Satanism is about subversion. So, for example, the left and right side of the brain. The left side of the brain is feminine. I mean, no, the left side, it's backwards, because let's say I'm right-handed. So my right hand is masculine and my left hand is feminine. And my right brain is connected to my left hand. And my left brain is connected to my right hand. And my left brain is masculine and my right brain is feminine. And if I was left-handed, I think it would be opposite. I think the left side of my body, it's opposite for people who are left-handed, but I'm right-handed, so I'm going to speak to that. The right side of my body is masculine. The left side of my body is feminine. The right side of my body elementally is fire. The left side of my body elementally is water, which is feminine. The head is fire. The belly is water. So fire is electric. Water is magnetic, which makes me an electromagnetic field, which, you know, I mean, I think we've maybe heard about this with regards to the torus. Like the body's electromagnetic field is like a donut shape of a torus. So this part would be magnetic, and then it goes outward to electric. And that's how the electromagnetic field operates with the human. And so the human body is in the center of that field. And that is the what they talk about: generation, regeneration, and creation. Just like in the background of my my tapestry back there is a flower of life symbol, and each of those circles is a torus. It's a cross section of a torus, and in the center of the torus is the feminine principle, and it branches out to the masculine principle, and it's recreative. It creates, it replicates. That's what they're talking about here. Okay. So and elementally, everything is made from fire and water. So fire is from the cosmic and water is from the earth, the surface of the earth. And then air is the mediator between fire and water. And then fire, water, and air together creates earth. And the ether is everything surrounding, everything in between and within. So in other words, that's where the masculine. So I think that the ether is probably, we would say the ether is the principle of gender in a way. Like it's all, it's the all. It's male, has the male, female, and female principles equally divided. But when we come into duality, the way that the torus works is through plus and minus. Negative and positive energy creates the spark, and then that's how beings are replicated. I mean, I'm not, you know, an electrician or a scientist. I'm just going off of my experience with as being an artist. So for example, masculine qualities are of action and feminine qualities are of receptivity. Day and night, you know, day is masculine, it's light. You can do stuff during the day, and at night you go into the dream world. That's feminine. Positive and negative. Push and pull. So therefore also all the other laws contain the law of gender. So for example, the law of vibration and rhythm depend on the ebb and flow of gender to create new life, positive and negative electrical charge, the AC/DC current. This is how the ether flows. So, for example, the law of gender is in the law of correspondence, for example, as within, so without. So within is the feminine principle, without is the masculine principle. In the law of cause and effect, cause is the masculine principle, effect is the feminine principle. In the law of polarity, one pole is masculine, the other one is feminine, and there are degrees in between. The law of vibration, everything is constantly moving from positive to negative. Rhythm, the law of rhythm, the ebb and the flow, the plus and the minus, electromagnetic. And it is all within the law of mentalism, which the mind of God, consciousness. Also, I think we can pretty much match up all of the 7 principles to the 7 chakras, whereas the first chakra would be the crown, which would be the law of mentalism. The crown. The third eye would be the law of correspondence, as within, so without. The throat is the law of vibration. That makes sense because of song, singing, vibration, the throat. The fourth would be the heart chakra, which would be the law of polarity. The fifth, solar plexus, would be the law of rhythm. The sixth would be the sacral chakra, the law of cause and effect, and the root chakra, the law of gender. And how to apply this principle of gender. So say, for example, I'm going to give some simple ways to apply this. And this is also part of what I believe we're supposed to do here. So I am basically, astrologically, I am all air, fire, and water, and I have no earth. So if I'm feeling ungrounded, or if I'm feeling melancholy, or if I'm feeling, if I'm feeling down and depressed, the best way for me to feel better would be to do some physical exercises. So that I would be developing the element that I don't have in my personality, in my elements. My elements is missing an embodiment of earth. I'm here. This is my body. This is earth, but my consciousness is all up here in my head. And so if I'm feeling crappy, the best thing I can do is to do some exercise, and that will sort of homogenize all of my elements and make me feel better. So then I'm enacting the law of gender by I'm mostly masculine in my elements, so I need to develop my feminine so that I'm balanced. Another way to apply this is that if I want more power in the world, more of a presence in the world, I need to go within and develop my mentalism skills through meditation, concentration exercises, imagination, visualization, and I need to be consistent about that. Consistency is an emanation of earth. So that's what this principle is about, really. That's what it's really about. It's really about, and you can see this in the flower of life because of how the flower of life replicates itself. And it's basically the 6 principles. You see there's 6 petals, and then the circle around it is the law of mentalism. It's a perfect rendition of the 7 Hermetic principles. So we're at the end of chapter 2, and next time we'll be talking about chapter 3, mental transmutation.